Afternoon, guys. Hi, it's Rob back for another video. Hi, hope you all had a great Christmas and ate, drunk, and and was merry, um, like me. So yeah, I really we had a good time. Enjoyed it as best as we could under the circumstances. Obviously, I think it was nice for a lot of us after such an unprecedented year to have, hopefully the opportunity to be able to celebrate, albeit low key, because of the obviously COVID and the restrictions. So, but anyway, enough about that. Yeah, so hope you're all keeping well out there and safe still. Yeah, so why am I here today? Okay, well, my sister, God bless her, bought me McCartney 3 for Christmas. So that was very nice of her. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I was curious to hear it. There's been a lot of hype about it, as you'd expect, I guess, from a McCartney album, particularly one which is a continuation of his just he himself and me, myself, and I kind of format, just him working at home doing his own thing, uh, basically taking duties of recording everything himself. So yeah, I guess very personal, and all McCartney, which is obviously very intriguing. I'm going to start, if I'm honest, by saying that I don't think either McCartney 1 or McCartney 2, and that this is just purely my opinion. I don't think either of those albums are classics. In his canon, I think he's done much better work than most of the songs on those two albums. I think probably with the exception of maybe I'm Amazed, which is an incredible song, and probably the best solo post-Beatles song, in my opinion, I think that he ever did. Yeah, so my expectations for this third installment weren't massive. I'm going to be honest, yeah, I was intrigued to listen to it. I've tried to be as impartial as I can, and I wanted to give it a very fair critique. So I've deliberately avoided watching any videos, or as many as I could possibly avoid. Sort of videos, official video releases, other VC videos. I know there haven't been that many, but I wanted to form my own opinion of these songs. I didn't want to be swayed by the people's opinions. So yeah, so yeah, that's the sort of caveat. But yeah, so guys, this is completely my opinion, for what it's worth. And you disagree, agree, whatever, doesn't really bother me. But this is my opinion anyway. So there you go. So yeah, so today was the first opportunity I'd had to actually listen to the whole record, and I've listened to it all the way through, and I've made some notes on the songs, because obviously this is a first listen. So yeah, and my comments, my opinions of these tracks might change as time goes by. Obviously, as I absorb the album, a few more times, and for it to really get under my skin. So these are all based, of course, on just initial listenings. So okay, so I'll quickly show the album. I'm sure you've all seen it anyway. So this is just the regular bog standard release. I'm not particularly bothered about coloured vinyls and collecting McCartney records or Beatles records in that way. If I've got a decent copy of the album, that's good enough for me, really. So, but nice to have the hype sticker, which I've peeled off and put onto this PVC cover. I also just a little niggling thing, that I don't know about the other releases or versions of this record, but again, they they give you a really high quality 180, 200 gram pressing of this record. And then they don't even bother to put it in a polyline sleeve. I mean, you're paying 25, 30 quid for a record. It seems only reasonable that it can be they can stretch a few pence extra and give you a decent inner sleeve. So just one little gripe of that, but yeah, obviously it comes with printed in air lyrics. I'll just quickly show you the gatefold. Very much in keeping, I guess, with the certainly with his first McCartney, his first album. Just one thing I'd love to say, I think that's a fabulous photo of Macca on the back there that was taken by his daughter, I believe. Looking very enigmatic, but yeah, excellent choice for the cover. In fact, in some ways, that would have been good. I think if they could have perhaps used that for the front cover rather than the die, but yeah, just a very moot point there. So yeah, okay, so let's go for it. Okay, so obviously it kicks off with Long-Tailed Winter Bird. Yeah, I mean, I thought this is quite a nice. It's obviously largely instrumental. It's interesting. I thought that I mean, I preferred it, I guess, when it was just the acoustic. I guess because I play the guitar myself. I like just the sound acoustic, and I like that very stripped back kind of style. When McCartney's just him and the guitar. So yeah. So when the big drums came in, I sort of lost a little bit of interest. But I thought the ideas on that were really, really good. Probably went on a little bit too long. I guess he could have maybe made that a bit shorter, but again, that's just my opinion. Second track, which I think is a single, Find My Way. Yeah, that's a good song. Catchy, upbeat, very McCartney. I particularly like the middle eight on that. I thought that was really interesting, and I'm glad he reprised that. So clearly he liked it as well. So, which I thought was good. Yeah, and then third track we've got Pretty Boys. I really like this one. Again, very just really mainly obviously acoustic. And I'm a real sucker for Macca when he's doing that. Sort of like those kind of songs like Jenny Wren, just purely him, just very expressive, and yeah, really really like that one. So that was a good one. Women and Wives, quite a moody one. Changes the mood quite a bit there. I think he was getting quite personal on that one. I think maybe that was I don't know. I haven't read anything really, but I was kind of reading into that. That was maybe sort of he's been a bit reflective maybe about his relationships and so on that one. Yeah. Then we've got Lavatory Lil. I thought this was a kind of okay McCartney rocker. Sort of quite humorous in places. He's been quite tongue in cheek there. Sort of quite Lennon actually in style, I thought as well. Sort of that little bit of kind of aggression coming through. Yeah, not a bad song. Not one of my favourites though, really. And then to finish the side, Sliding. It was okay. Again, the sort of the heavier feel. I think he was feeling that he wanted to really get something out of his system there. Maybe a bit of sort of quite a sort of cathartic thing. But yeah, not bad. Yeah, certainly for me, I think the first three songs were my favourites on side one. Okay, so quickly onto side two. Again, so these are just my initial thoughts that I had. These could all change, of course. So deep feeling. Yeah, I thought this was a decent song. Again, I thought that it was maybe stretched out and overworked a little bit. There sort of sounds like there was a lot of he was trying out a lot of ideas on this song. Um, Sort of quite downbeat feel to the track, but sort of yeah, it was sort of an unusual melody as well. And then sort of some of the lyric there, I thought the joy of what was it? So in there, the joy of giving. How does it feel? How does it feel? So, yeah, that lyric I quite liked. So he was sort of developing something there. I quite enjoyed that one. But yeah, it did go on a little bit too long for me. So could have maybe have benefited from a little bit of editing maybe. But yeah, decent song. Okay. Okay, so The Kiss of Venus. Really like this one. It's probably my favorite on the album. Just again, McCartney, just simple, direct. Really liked the simplicity of that. Yeah, he's got that kind of chromatic, sort of the major minor shifts, which again always catches my ear. Really like that. Just very classic McCartney, I think. Great. The harpsichord break I really enjoyed as well in the middle of it. That was kind of reminiscent of George Martin sort of playing on In My Life. Yeah, that was really nice. Sort of gave it a bit of a sort of classical or sort of baroque kind of feel. So yeah, really enjoyed that one. Yeah, it was a good song. Um, Seize the Day. I've written down here McCartney by numbers. Yeah, for me, it's kind of I think one of the weakest tracks on the album. That's my initial thoughts anyway. I just thought it was a bit pedestrian. He wasn't really he wasn't stretching himself really there. Didn't hear anything particularly new or kind of exciting to catch my ear. Um, but again, quite a nice middle eight. I thought, yeah, that was probably my favourite part of the song was the middle eight bit. So okay, um, Deep Down. I really didn't like this song at all. Um, Again, I just thought he was just it sounded a bit forced to me, quite sort of dirgy. Lyrics didn't grab me really. Yeah, not keen on that one at all, really, to be honest. And then the last song, Winter Bird, When Winter Comes. This was one of the ones that I'd seen the video for, and I had heard before. So yeah, um, obviously that was one that I was sort of hearing again for the second time. Definitely one of my favourites. A little bit saccharine, but McCartney, bless him, can be a bit like that. But yeah, I mean, he was enjoying, and I guess it was sort of harkening back, sort of very sort of that rural kind of feel, getting back to nature, and maybe the sort of it's like almost like you get a feeling like it's gone full circle, with him sort of back on the farm, when he recorded the first album, and that kind of very wholesome kind of homespun kind of feel, which was very in keeping with I guess with the homegrown feel of the album, and yeah, nice way to round off. So yeah, I mean, all in all, not bad. I'm not wowed by it particularly, but then to be honest, I didn't really expect to be. So I wasn't really disappointed from that point of view, if I'm honest. Um, but yeah, I mean, in all fairness to the guy, he's nearly 80 years old. He's got absolutely nothing to prove. He's responsible for some of the greatest songs ever recorded. And yeah, all kudos to him for trying to still be creative at nearly 80 years old. I think there's a lot to be said for that. And yeah, he's obviously tried to turn a dreadful year and really, do something positive and a positive message. And yeah, by and large, it does that. Score out of 10, I'll give it a 6. So yeah, but anyway, guys, hope you sort of enjoyed that. And yeah, I'll be interested to know, because I'm sure a lot of you have got it. Be interested to know what your thoughts are, what your favorite tracks are, maybe ones that you don't like. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Yeah, it's all interesting. So, but yeah, that's it for me anyway for the moment, guys. Thinking that there's a possibility that Solihull may be going into Tier 4. So if that's the case, I ain't going to be buying any more records from shops for any length of time. So may have to resort to online. But yeah, anyway, so wherever you are, have a great rest of your time off if you're still off for your Christmas holidays. Enjoy the new year, and let's all hope we have a better year, a positive year, and yeah, let's all still enjoy the music. So all the best, guys. Take care. Bye bye.